To survive on the savannah, some are born to be hunted and some are born to hunt. Here live the ones the whole plain watches for, the hunters, silent and ever-present. Among the grass move the great predators, the keepers of this wild, unforgiving balance. Welcome to the savannah, vast, ancient and alive, stretching farther than the eye can follow. Few places on Earth feel as vast or as free as the great African plains. This is a land of endless grass and open sky, where the horizon seems to have no end. This is a world apart, quiet, immense, and entirely at peace with itself. Here, on these timeless plains, a story unfolds that is older than memory itself. Come and let the savannah reveal itself slowly, just as it has to every traveller before. The savannah stretches out in every direction, patient, enduring and beautifully wild. This is one of the oldest landscapes on Earth, unchanged through countless ages. Beneath this enormous sky lies a land like no other, waiting to be seen. Across this immense and open land, life moves to a rhythm all its own. This is a land measured not in miles, but in horizons. You could walk for a day, and the view would hardly change. This is a land measured not in miles, but in horizons. The grass is the heart of everything here. It feeds the herds, who feed the hunters, who return to the earth and feed the grass again. The plains reach out in every direction, vast and patient and still. In the heat of midday, the plains shimmer and blur, and distance loses all meaning. The whole world seems to pause. Nothing here is in a hurry. The land simply rolls on, unbroken and serene. When the wind rises, the whole plain comes alive. The grass bends in long, rolling waves, silver one moment, gold the next. The wind moves through the grass in long, slow waves, as it has since the beginning. Here the sky is not a ceiling but a presence, immense and ever-changing. Beneath it, every creature is small. This is one of the last truly open places, where the world can still breathe. The grasslands stretch farther than the eye can follow, until earth and sky meet in a single line. No roads, no fences, no edges, only the wind moving through the grass. The horizon lies impossibly far away, a trembling line between land and sky. Here the land runs on without end, open and golden beneath a boundless sky. Far from any human road, the plains keep their own ancient order. No clock counts the hours. There is only the sun and the rain and the turning grass. Out here, space itself becomes a kind of silence. Nothing here is in a hurry. The land rolls on, golden and unbroken, shaped by the patience of 10,000 seasons. The grasslands stretch farther than the eye can follow, until earth and sky become one. There is a stillness here that the cities have forgotten, not empty, but full, settled and unhurried. The world does not need our noise to be complete. A lone tree stands against the sky, its branches spread like open hands. Out here, in the vastness, even a tree becomes a landmark. No roads, no fences, no edges, only the open country, rolling on forever. The young are born into a world that will not wait. Within hours they must stand, within days they must run. There is no childhood here. They spend their days head down and watchful, never quite at ease, never quite alone. There is strength in numbers, and they know it well. 1,000 eyes, watching every direction, see what one pair never could. There is a peace in the way they graze, and a wariness beneath it that never fades. They are the gentle multitude, the patient heart of everything that lives here. Day after day they graze, turning grass and sunlight into the life the whole plain depends upon. They are its quiet, patient foundation. Every mouthful is taken with one ear turned toward danger. Watch them long enough, and you see it. The gentle, constant motion of a herd at peace. The slow swing of a tail, the unhurried step from one patch of grass to the next. At the water's edge they drink in turns, the strongest watching while the others lower their heads. Even here there is no true rest. They walk softly and ask for nothing, yet the whole living world depends on them. Across the open plain the herds move as one. They drift with the promise of rain, never still for long. To belong to the herd is to be safer and to be watched. Theirs is a life of movement, forever drifting toward the next green promise. A warning passes through the herd faster than any sound, a lifted head, a shift in the air, and in an instant 1,000 bodies are ready to run. They belong to the herd, and the herd belongs to them, safety shared among the many. They spend their whole lives on the move, heads bowed to the grass, ears turning at every sound. Every mouthful is taken with one eye on the horizon. In their gentleness lies a quiet strength, the strength of those who simply endure. When the great herds gather, the plain itself seems to move. None of them leads, none of them follows, and yet they all go the same way. They move gently through the world, asking for little more than grass and open space. To them belongs the quiet work of living, grazing, watching, moving on. They are the giants of the savannah, ancient, unhurried, and utterly at home. This land was made for creatures like these. They move slowly through the world in no hurry at all. There is a calm that comes with great size. The giants have nothing to fear here and nothing to prove. Each step falls heavy on the earth, and the ground seems to remember it. Size is its own kind of grace. In the great ones, strength and gentleness are not opposites, but the same quiet thing. They are the elders of this land, shaped by more seasons than most will ever see. To watch them is to feel the weight of ages. They have walked this earth far longer than we have, and they move as if they know it. Even the boldest hunters keep their distance. Some lives are simply too large to challenge. They belong to the savannah, the way the hills do, enduring, unmovable, part of the very shape of the land. Power like this needs no display. The great ones simply exist, and the whole plain arranges itself around them. They are among the oldest souls of the savannah, vast, patient, shaped by more seasons than most will ever see. In their stillness lies a kind of wisdom older than words. Long after we are gone, the giants will still be here, moving slowly beneath this enormous sky, as they always have. Power like this needs no display. The great ones simply exist. Where the giants are, the land feels older and somehow safer. Their presence alone seems to steady the world around them. When you carry such size, the world simply waits for you. They have walked this earth far longer than we have, and they move as if they know it. On a plain this vast, only the great ones seem to truly belong. Everything about them speaks of size and time and quiet strength. They are the giants of this world, ancient, unhurried, and utterly at home. There is a gentleness in the great ones that their power only deepens. Power like this is rarely loud. The true hunters move quietly, and the whole plain gives them a wide and careful distance. Theirs is a hard life, and a lonely one, marked by more hunger than plenty. Day or night, they are always watching, always waiting. To live as a hunter is to never quite be at rest. Power like this is rarely loud. The true hunters move in silence. Look into a hunter's eyes and you find no anger there, only focus, absolute and old as the grass itself. Look into a hunter's eyes, and you find no anger there. Only focus, absolute and old. They take only what they must, and never more. In their hunger, the savannah keeps its oldest balance. They take only what they must, and never more. In the end, the hunter and the hunted are bound by the same law, two halves of a single ancient design. The hunters are few, for a single one needs a whole world to survive. The hunters are few, and they must be. A single one needs a kingdom of grass to survive. They are always watching, always waiting, never quite at rest. To live as a hunter is to live by patience. Out here, the meal belongs not to the fastest, but to the one who waits. They are not the villains of this world, but its keepers. They are not the villains of this land, but its keepers. By taking the weak, they keep the herd strong. In the end, the hunter and the hunted are bound by the same ancient law. There is no cruelty in them, and no malice, only need, ancient and clear. The hunter is simply what the savannah made it. To live as a hunter is to live by patience, for the meal belongs to the one who waits. Theirs is a hard life, and a lonely one. For every success there are many empty days and a hunger carried into the next. There is no cruelty in them, and no malice, only need, ancient and clear. Here, for a few short hours, the rivals of the plain stand side by side, bound by the same simple thirst. To find water is to find life. To lose it is to lose everything. Everything here turns, in the end, on this one simple thing falling from the sky or rising from the ground. Water is the difference, always, between the living and the lost. To drink is to bow the head and lower the guard. Even at the source of life, there is no true safety. The water draws them all together, rivals and strangers bound by the same thirst. When the waters rise, the whole land breathes again. Dust turns to mud, and mud turns to green. Every drop is precious here, guarded by the sun and spent with care. Beneath the still surface waits another world, ancient and unseen, older than the plains themselves. It is the oldest promise there is, and the whole world waits for it to be kept. Water shapes this world more than any other force, carving and feeding and giving life. The river is the oldest road on the Savannah. It has carried the rains and the dry seasons longer than any creature can remember. Where the water lies calm and bright, the Savannah seems to soften, and for a little while the whole plain is at peace. Where the water gathers, life gathers too, drawn from far and wide. All the drama of the plains plays out along the water's edge, the thirst, the fear, the fragile, fleeting peace. In a world ruled by the sun, water is the most precious thing of all. The whole rhythm of this land turns, in the end, on a single thing: water. In a land ruled by the sun, water is everything. Where it gathers, life gathers too. Where it flows, the world turns green. Where it fails, the world turns to dust. Water is the Savannah's deepest memory and its truest hope. The difference always between the living and the lost. To rise above the heat and the hunger, and simply drift it, is a kind of freedom the earthbound can only dream of. They ask nothing of the land below. The sky is enough room to rise and room to roam. Above the world lies a vast and open kingdom, ruled by those who can reach it. The great soaring ones barely move a wing. They read the invisible currents of the air and let the sky do the work. to rise on outstretched wings is a freedom the earthbound can only dream of. From up there, nothing escapes them. They are the first to know and the first to gather wherever life has called. The sky is never empty, always a wing, a call, a shape drifting far overhead. Watch them turn against the open blue, and you feel the true scale of this place and how much of it belongs to the wind. They read the invisible currents of the air and let the sky carry them wherever it will. Some cross whole continents to be here, following the water and the green across half the world. Here the sky is not empty space, but a kingdom endless, restless, and ruled by those who can reach it. The sky carries a music of its own calls and cries drifting on the wind, a chorus older than any music of ours. From high above they see a world the rest of us can only imagine. Above the plains lies a world of its own, vast, open and alive with wings. The dry season tests them all. The grass turns to dust, the waterholes shrink to cracked earth, and the land waits. They give shade to the weary and shelter to the small and ask for nothing in return. Hard as it is, the dry season is not an ending. The land does not die. It only waits patient, certain for the rains to return. A lone tree stands against the burning sky, bare and unbowed. It has weathered 100 dry seasons, and it will weather 100 more. A single tree can stand for 1,000 years, watching the world change slowly around it. The trees are the elders of the plain. They give shade to the weary, shelter to the small, and ask for nothing in return. The wind is never truly still, forever carrying news of rain or dust or danger. When the wind rises, it carries the dust of the dry months and the scent of rain still far away. The whole land leans into it, waiting. Through drought and storm alike, the savannah endures. It bends, but it does not break. Dark towers of cloud gather on the horizon, and the whole world leans in to watch. In the heart of the drought, the earth cracks and the trees stand bare. Yet, deep in the soil, the memory of rain endures. The trees are the elders here, standing patient and unbowed through every passing season. The trees keep their own slow time, older than the herds, older than the hunters. They have seen every season come and go. The setting sun gathers the whole day into a single blaze of colour and pours it across the western sky. The sun sinks low, and the whole world seems to slow with it. Against the burning sky, every shape becomes a silhouette, simple, ancient, eternal. This is how the savannah has always looked at the close of day. The day gathers its colours and pours them across the western sky. The last of the light burns gold along the grass, then softens, then is gone. And the savannah lets the day go as it always has. The fierce light of the day melts into something gentle and warm. For a few short minutes, the whole world is touched with gold. Then the light begins to slip away. Long shadows stretch across the world as the sun slips toward the edge of it. There is a deep calm in this hour. The fierce light softens, the colours deepen, and the savannah seems to breathe out. As the light begins to fade, the world softens into gold. As the colours fade, the great quiet settles in. The day folds away its triumphs and its losses, and the land grows still. The sky catches fire, and for a little while, everything glows. As the sun sinks low, the plains turn to fire and gold, the long shadows stretch, and the heat begins to lift. And so the great wheel turns, as it always has and always will. There is a deep calm in this hour, when the heat lifts and the light turns soft. Every sunset here is a kind of farewell and a kind of promise. The light will fade, but it will always return. The sun rests low upon the horizon, vast and red and unhurried. The savannah asks nothing of us, only that we watch and remember and let it be. Every shape becomes a silhouette against the burning sky. We are guests here, not masters. This land was old long before us and will endure long after. The day is ending the way it always has, slowly, and in a blaze of colour. Nothing here is truly lost. Everything returns in time to the land that made it. This is the oldest story there is, told again and again across the endless grass. The plains keep no record of who was strong and who was weak. The grass grows the same over all. The sun rests on the horizon, vast and red, and for a moment the whole plain holds still to watch it go. To witness this is to remember how rare a thing it is, simply to be alive. And the savannah goes on vast, patient and beautiful with us, or without us. Long after we have turned away, the wind will still move through the grass exactly as it does now,